Existential emptiness is the profound feeling that life has lost its meaning, direction, or emotional significance. Even when everything may appear normal from the outside, it is different from ordinary boredom or temporary sadness because it can create a deeper sense of disconnection from existence itself. A person may have responsibilities, relationships, achievements, routines, and future plans, while still feeling that none of these things truly matter. The days continue moving, but internally there is a strange sense of absence. Activities that once provided satisfaction may begin feeling mechanical, and achievements may produce only brief moments of pleasure before the emptiness returns. At the center of existential emptiness is often a gap between how a person is living and what they believe makes life meaningful. People can spend years pursuing goals inherited from family, culture, society, or expectations without asking whether those goals genuinely belong to them. Success, money, status, relationships, and recognition can provide structure, but they cannot automatically provide meaning. When external goals lose their power, the person may suddenly confront questions that were previously hidden beneath constant activity. The mind begins examining purpose, identity, mortality, freedom, connection, and the reason behind everyday existence. This confrontation can feel frightening because there may be no simple answer. Distraction can temporarily cover the emptiness, but constant entertainment, productivity, consumption, or social activity cannot permanently resolve a lack of meaning. Eventually, silence can make the underlying question impossible to ignore. The deeper psychology of existential emptiness is connected to the human need to experience life as meaningful rather than merely experienced. Meaning does not necessarily require discovering one grand purpose that explains everything. It can emerge through relationships, creativity, responsibility, learning, contribution, personal values, spiritual reflection, or the simple experience of being fully present. Problems arise when meaning becomes entirely dependent on external validation or predetermined milestones. A person may believe that reaching a certain level of success will finally make life feel worthwhile, only to discover that achievement changes circumstances without automatically transforming the inner experience. Existential emptiness can also appear during major transitions, losses, retirement, relationship changes, career shifts, or periods when an old identity no longer fits. The emptiness may therefore represent not only absence, but transition. An old source of meaning has disappeared before a new one has been built. Recovery begins by resisting the pressure to immediately escape the feeling. Instead, it can be useful to examine what the emptiness is revealing about neglected values, relationships, desires, and choices. Meaning is often created through participation rather than discovered through endless analysis. Small acts of responsibility, connection, creativity, learning, service, and personal growth can gradually restore a sense of direction. If emptiness becomes persistent, severe, or begins affecting daily functioning and hope, professional mental health support can also be valuable. Existential emptiness does not necessarily mean that life has no meaning. Sometimes it means that the meaning once used to organize life is no longer sufficient. The uncomfortable space that follows can become an opportunity to question inherited assumptions and build a more authentic way of living. Meaning does not have to be permanent or absolute to be real. A life can contain uncertainty, suffering, imperfection, and still possess value. Sometimes the journey out of emptiness begins not by discovering a perfect reason for existence, but by choosing something meaningful enough to care about today and allowing that meaning to grow through lived experience.